Hello and good morning.
Hey everyone, good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Bear in the shadows. Bear in the shadows looking grumpy.
Grumping in the shadows.
He wants to grump but nobody can see him cause he's in the shadows.
Some people think I'm in the shadows, but I am the shadows.
But I am the one making the shadows.
I'm the one who casts the shadows because I'm so... They blasted our breakfast spread.
Okay. I was done with that anyway.
You're done.
Do you know that thing's been there for like a year?
What thing?
The breakfast spread. Toast is all hard now.
No.
Yeah, look at the rash of bacon. There's no give to it whatsoever. It's just like...
Imagine I put soft body physics on the bacon.
I tried to eat some of it this morning and I was like, oh no. Oh. Turns out we should have been changing that every morning. But it's just been this same spread for a year.
If you could add one... Yeah, alright. Yeah. If you could add one item of new food to the breakfast spread, what would it be?
Muffins.
Muffins. My god, why have I not thought of muffins before? And waffles.
Waffles. Waffles are pretty good.
Waffles are okay. But, you know, the round...
Egg.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Egg.
You want to eat an egg?
Egg.
What kind of egg?
Sunny side up.
Sunny side up egg. Do we have one of those on the sandwich?
A fried one.
Do we have one of those on the sub sandwich?
I hope so. You might have refused to add on because you don't like egg.
I'm not a big fan of egg. I like egg fried rice though. It's weirdly.
Oh no, now the cup's consuming me. Oh, the cycle has continued. Oh no. Tell my parents I said hi. Like I'm drinking from the biggest mug.
Steaming into your face.
Ah.
Yes.
So many of you may also, yeah, hello, good Adam morning. We're going to do the Adam morning challenge today. So I'll make all our introductions and stories real fast because I know some people are like, it's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. Please do mine. So I'll keep this fast.
So I moved those who requested to go first to the last place.
Why did you not move them to the first place?
They should be asleep.
Oh, that's really mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the last ones first then.
All right.
I was going to say that many of you may know that we have recently adopted kittens. As of like 2 weeks ago, we adopted kittens into our lives.
Kittens.
Well, they've now discovered the breadth of their power. They've come into their full power finally.
You might even say they have discovered the height of their power.
Yes. Now no surface is safe. Nothing is safe. They can now officially get everywhere in the apartment. That means every kitchen counter, every windowsill. It also means every single plant that I have is no longer safe.
Your plants are forfeit, dude.
Yeah, I took care to make sure I got plants that were non-toxic to cats in case they wanted a nibble. I did not expect them to love eating plants so much. They've destroyed my spider plant completely, and if I'm not careful, they'll do the same to the others. They love to eat them. They love to stomp on them and sit on them and bat them and knock them off.
Wait, no, they did knock off the spider plant.
They did. Yeah, and now they can get up to where the knives are and the dishes, the dirty dishes, so we have to make sure everything's cleared off for them. So yeah, this is our life now.
Until they get...
Sparrow tried to climb Mike this morning to get food.
Yeah.
So this is it. We've entered the cat phase where they now know that we're soft touches, so they can do whatever they want.
We had 2 blessed weeks while they were still infantile, and now they're toddler slash like 7-year-olds. They want to stick their noses in everything.
Yep.
Like, usually what we do is we put the food in the bowls on the counter and then we move it down for them. But now Spiral's like, I'm gonna claim you to get to that.
Yeah, now you can't put the food in the bowls on the counter because they can get onto the counter.
Yeah, and then she was like, no, I know a better path than your leg. And she went around and then she rushed to her plate. And I'm like, no, it's not done yet.
Anne-Marie Adam says, did I miss Doig calling people out for staying up to watch this? You did. You did do that. You did.
Go to bed.
Weave, it's Saturday. Happy Saturday. All right. Well, let's get started then, because I don't want to keep people waiting if they're staying up for this. So, here we go. Wrong button. Wrong lever, Kronk.
Ding.
Thanks, Doig. So, today's Animorning Challenge, this week's Animorning Challenge, was drawn together. It was to draw 2 characters interacting. Boy, do I got a doozy one for you guys next. But I'll announce it at the end.
Yeah.
And we'll post it up on Twitter, so don't worry about staying up for it.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it tomorrow.
Mm.
So just 2 characters interacting was the brief. Super broad. Could have done anything you wanted, basically.
So yeah, you should do the last one first.
I did say try to avoid doing like just a straight on flat profile shot of both of them, because I know that's tempting. Just to add some extra challenge to it. So yeah, let's do it, shall we? Getting back into the Animorning challenges feels good. So, should I go in order, Mike, or should I go from last to first?
I don't know, you tell me.
No, you tell me.
Do this one.
Whose is whose? So this is Anne-Marie Appleberry's, right?
Yeah. I was laughing because I did move theirs to be first, but then I was like, I moved to be last, and I would laugh really hard if you went to last one, and Anime's like,
no, that was mine. I thought I recognised the line style. All right, here we go, guys. Let's have a look. Ooh, beautiful and subtle. You're getting those body mechanics in there, Anime. I love it.
Good job.
It's lovely, yeah. Is this based on anything? Or is this just you were like, I want to do something like this? Because it looks referenced to me. Because you've got some really nice...
Let's see.
You've got some nice subtle posing going on. It's referenced from Romeo and Juliet ballet. Yes! Awesome. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why reference is so important. All this nuance here. Like, if you'd have posed this straight out of your head, some of this would have been lost. Like, it's... Reference really elevates your stuff to make it feel more real. And it gives you ideas that you wouldn't have come up with on your own. And it's always great practice as well to look at reference so that you can get those body mechanics and, like, see how the body is moving. So sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Anime writes, this was my first time animating 2 people interacting. It was interesting trying to figure out prioritizing what to animate first. I found starting with whoever's instigating the movement helped. It's almost like a waltz where one person leads in and the other reacts. Also continue to challenge myself with subtle movement. I drew the rest of their figures outside of camera to help it keep it grounded. But I think something weird happened with the blue character's pelvis somewhere along the way, since she's gradually sliding to the floor in the reference. I didn't exactly pinpoint where things went wrong, lol, but you can probably see it.
That's a great observation though, Anime, that you weren't sure where to start and then you ended up finding it easiest to start from the figure that was initiating the movement, because that is the same thing as starting from the origin of the movement in the body for any movement. So, for example, if you want to do like a jump or a walk, you want to start from like the pelvis or the body, right? If you want to do a throw, you probably want to start from like the body or the back. So it's almost like in doing this, you've taught yourself an important animation principle that perpetuates its way through any animation you're ever going to do about anything, which is to always start your animation. If you're doing it in parts, always start with the part that is the root of the movement. And in this case, it's the red character. Oh, Pat and Jaden helped you figure that out. That's awesome. All right, let's have a look at the blue character's pelvis then. I'll see if I can see what you mean. I didn't spot it on first playthrough. I mean, it looks okay to me, apart from the fact that I'm not sure where the ground plane is. So, let's see. So it feels here, because we're starting, let's see. So it feels like when we get to about here, their butt should kind of be settling onto the floor, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So when we then continue going down and the butt disappears off the canvas, it feels like it shouldn't do that because it feels like it would already have hit the ground. So it's going through the ground if you go any further, if you get my meaning. So what you could do is to try and keep the pelvis here. Let's see how it feels.
I think just to extend the canvas even more.
Yeah.
And then give yourself a frame that you're animating inside.
Good on you though for drawing the rest of the figures. I mean, if it looks good and right with the full body thing, then it could just be that the framing is deceptive. Because sometimes that happens if you animate something off the page and it looks like all the mechanics are working properly when you look at it in full. When you crop in, it looks a bit weird. Like sometimes that just happens. So ba ba da da ba da ba da da ba da ba ba da 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 da. Try to keep this consistent. I don't want that to shift backwards. Or by backwards, I mean to the left. Okay, so here's where we start to see it go down a little bit. So what you probably want is for it to rotate in this direction, but you don't want to give the impression that your butt is sinking through the floor. So you want kind of the hip to rotate, but the leg is going to stay pretty much where it was, I believe. If you want to call anything out in chat, Doig, then feel free. I see you browsing Twitter.
I'm about to post a tweet.
Oh,
we're doing
cool.
the challenge. I got distracted.
I shouldn't have doubted you.
There's a sand. I got distracted because where'd it go? There was like, it was really cool. Right, like I got mesmerized by the sandpiper doing like the sand walk where it does a little like body shuffle thing, and I was gonna go and talk about it, but
I was too busy calling you out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I went to Twitter to post about the fact that they were doing their reviews though, so
that's how Twitter gets you.
So it got me.
So it's like, especially like this pinch here is one of the things that makes you feel like the butt is on the floor, because it feels like the flesh is pushing up against the back, you know, like it's coming down against a hard surface. I love this kind of leverage of moving the hips over the top of the back here. It's nice. And then we're tilting a little bit more. Other cat stories that I have to tell you while I'm doing this.
Cat stories.
Cat stories is yesterday I had to go and pick up some medicine for Kuma's eye because Kuma's eye has been all inflamed. So we've been needing to give him like eye drops in his eye, and I was expecting such a fuss from him. And he's so good.
He's so
when we
good.
try and do it, guys, he's so good. He's like purring and just being adorable. The only bad thing is we try to do it when he's about to fall asleep so that he's very calm and floppy. But we always seem to like manage to just wake him up by doing it.
He's loafing now though.
See?
Yeah.
Tuck that butt underneath. Ba 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 da da da.
Yeah, he great little buddy. Like the first time we were doing it, it was hard to know like how much pressure to exude on the tube to get the drop out. So he was just
He was
like,
there for like
he's
20
point blank
seconds.
staring at the nozzle.
As I try and get it to come out of the tube.
And he wasn't like panicking or like anything. I guess he didn't know what it was. He was like, "Oh, thing. Oh, thing puts liquid in my eye. Okay." Are the cats named after the streamers? Whatever do you mean?
In a sense.
We definitely have a theme in mind. But honestly, like I just really like the sound and felt it fit
It does,
them.
yeah. Kuma definitely feels like it fits.
Yeah.
I think Sparrow fits her name too.
Yeah.
Like she's very flighty and fast. And he's very like cuddly and peaceful in a way.
He's a rumbumble and tumbler.
Ba 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 dum. Rumble tumbling.
Yeah, we took them to the vet to kind of just get their eye checked out, and he was like, I don't want to sit still, but he wasn't like meowing or like screaming or anything. He was chill, and then when he made it to the other side of the table, he just sat down. He was like, all right, I know what's over here now. I gave him some pats and some pats. And some rubs, and some love, and some kisses.
Yeah.
And a little hug too.
Give them all of them.
They don't like the motion of a bumpy car.
They hate it, yeah.
And
They hate the car.
taxi drivers do not
The
slow
last couple
down.
of taxi drives we've had have not been great in terms of we've got kittens in the back. Can you try and make it a gentle ride?
Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Like that. That's
I
what
almost feel like it would be better to take them on the train,
maybe
but
we'd have to walk.
it's just that we'd have to walk all the way through town to get to the train station with the cats, and it's a really big dog town. And a lot of people don't have dogs on leads, especially like in the park we'd walk through.
They'd be fine in the carrier case.
They would be, but I still wouldn't want like a dog to run up to them and scare them or start barking at us.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be scary for me too. I get scared by big dogs barking.
Big dog's barking. I got bit by a dog once.
Yeah, you got a scar from it, right?
Yeah, on my hand. It looks like a bigger dog bite, but that's because my hand was small and I grew and the scar
How?
grew with it.
Gotcha. So I ended up drawing through here just to see like where the leg would attach properly.
I kind of wish we had a thing that like came up and it was like draw through, you know?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
If you want to put like principles on your Stream Deck and have them pop up, that'd be pretty damn cool.
Yeah. Little infographic.
I'd love to have like an Anna Morning challenge one. Where it's like, challenge set!
Challenge
Anna Morning challenge!
is the root of all endeavor. You want challenge in your life.
Challenge, learn, grow.
Challenge yourself. Learn yourself. Grow yourself. Challenge. And a morning.
Challenge.
And a morning challenge. And a morning. Challenge. Midnight radio.
So the butt's going to have to slide forward here, I think, for it to make sense, right?
What? Did I hear? Challenge?
You need the body to start, like, reacting to the floor as well. So the legs have reacted, the butt's reacted to the floor, then the legs reacted to the floor, and then you want the body to react to the floor, because that's the next thing in the chain, right? Radio. Sing along to the midnight radio. Don't wanna wait all my life.
I get stuck.
What do you mean you get stuck?
Okay, well I don't have the laptop, right? And I look down. I look back up, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the controller's doing. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
If I do it on the laptop, I get stuck.
What do you mean you get stuck?
My head stays down. Look, I'm stuck.
Listen to the midnight radio.
You see it?
No! I'm drawing the Anna Morning Challenge review. I don't see it.
I look up.
Maybe chat sees it though.
I'm stuck. I'm not holding the controller anymore.
I look up, but look down again. I ain't ever gonna look up again.
I like that this is. I like this is what it does.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I improved it too much, but I think this is the root of the problem. I think it'll be a bit easier anime with you being able to see the entire body and kind of know definitively where that ground plane is, because at the minute I'm kind of guessing where it is off screen based on some of the poses that you have near the beginning of the bit I've started putting notes on.
Anne-Marie Annam says, "Oh, I think I was focusing so much on the leading force of the right guy, I didn't focus on setting up the force weight from the pelvis. Like I drew it out, but I didn't think about the animating part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think being able to see this ground plane is going to have a huge impact on it. But in general, just look for how Juliet's body reacts to the ground plane. Like, I think I haven't, especially at the end here, it gets a little bit hairy, I think. Like, I'm not 100% sure that this last bit is working, but I think this first bit here feels more convincing at least. I think this last bit is going to have to be something where you're like eagle-eyeing the reference. So cool to see you using that to up your game though.
Michael Mudo, thank you very much for the subscription. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Let me see if there's anything else. The only other thing, like, probably is stuff like, if you really want to take it to the next level, like, Romeo's legs are gonna, like, his butt and his legs are gonna move as well. like it's impossible for him to move his upper body like that without it being winched from the pelvis.
Yeah.
Romeo's movement will come from his pelvis. So if you want to add some subtle motion there, that would just up it again. But like this is real rough, so you wouldn't need to like add that until maybe the tie down stage. Like you could add that in afterwards, you know?
I was gonna say the same thing, Ula. Stop making horror stories out of Swifty's workaholicalism.
Hey, I don't have workaholicalism.
You have a workaholicalism.
Oh, I don't have workaholic. So yeah, you wanna like this pose with the butt is gonna be different to this pose when
With
he
the
leans
butt.
over with the butt.
With the butt.
So you need to choose which one is the right one, and then the other one you'll need to adjust so that you can see like that weight shift. See what I mean? I'm going to delete one of them so that you don't. I think that's a note for me saying to you to keep it the same. So yeah, his leg and his butt would do slight shifts. And also the only other thing, just on like a drawing level, is I think Romeo's arm is feeling a bit rubber hosey at the minute. Like I'd love to see you get some of that like shoulder forming. Yeah, so we can see where his shoulder's hinging from. And all of this I think is actually just you developing a shorthand. Like if you want a real challenge, the next animation you do, use reference, but rather than just draw it by looking at the reference and kind of estimating what the poses are, draw it in boxes first, and it'll force you to really understand which parts are rotating and how much things are facing you or not facing you. Like it forces you to not be able to be wishy-washy about it, and it'll be really hard. Like I've tried that in the past and I've never been able to do one which looked any good.
So when you
but
say
it definitely showed me what is it, Doig?
when you say boxes, do you mean like a mannequin like breaking down the anatomy into more geometric shapes?
Are we seeing like are his shoulders going up here so we'd be able to see the top of the box? Like
Michael Hampton's book is really good for this.
Is this what we're looking at, you know?
Yeah.
But then this box, we're looking down on slightly less, right? Because it's being pushed up there by his leg. So it would be slightly off kilter to the other one. And then doing the same thing like with the arm and everything. So you can really solidify like, is this even more tilted? Like solidifying what the pose is. It's a really tough challenge though. But it's one where you will learn a lot about what you don't know, if that makes sense. Like it'll expose your weaknesses real fast. Which sometimes is good if you want to improve. Like there's nothing better than figuring out where you're falling short on stuff and where your gaps in understanding are. But yeah, just in general, I'd love to see just a little bit more anatomy on this arm, so that we know like where this shoulder is hinging from. Because if this implication here is saying that this is the center point and his clavicle, then probably that arm pose isn't possible. You would probably have the shoulder come out more.
You can have the shoulder if they're supporting weight, it would maybe like come forward a little bit. if they're supporting weight and it's going across their body, the shoulder would have to like move forward, like.
Yeah, but you would still like you wouldn't be able to get the bones out of the way. Like you would still, your shoulder would still have to come out.
Yeah.
Because what we have at the minute is this.
Yeah.
I think that you would have that come out a little bit more. Oh my gosh, Anam hard excepto. While you are a braver man than I. It's good though. It's a really good challenge to figure out like what the next step is. Yeah. Only other thing I have any critique on is I'd love to have seen a slightly I'd love for the background to have been slightly more informative or clean, just to really show us like what the perspective is. I can kind of see it here. But I think it would have been it would be even easier for you to animate it if the background were a little bit more solid.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
More layout drawing to place your characters.
Just because this floor plane with where like Romeo's butt is feels like it's a little bit too far forward. Like, it doesn't feel like his butt's on the floor if I look at that as being the beginning of the floor plane. But it, again, might be an illusion of not being able to see the rest of the figure. Mm-hmm. So my brain's like, oh, that looks like this is where his weight would be settling. Great job!
And thanks for your submission.
Yeah, thank you. Alright, let's hop on.
If you can find, I think the third one might be Martina's. She has to go second.
Okay. Look, is this Martina's?
I think so. Can you... Let me just check. I think so, though. They sent through a reference. If you check mod chat, they sent through the reference that they were using for this. I don't know if you want to watch the animation first and then the reference second, but it's there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll watch the animation first, just so I can see if it's communicating before I know what it's already communicating.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Okay, let's have a look. So this is Martina's. Oh, rad! Hey, speaking of box bodies. Oh my god, look at how that dodge is ridiculous. I love it. Are they going up against the wall? That's so cool.
That's cool.
All right, let's check out the reference. I wish I could have them side by side. They are. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. Are these Martina's notes as well? This is rad. Oh, look at you using animation charts. This is awesome. Oh, it's so cool to see your work. Amazing stuff. Okay. Man, I love these old movies so much. That's Jackie Chan, isn't it?
On the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's so good. Okay, I'm just clocking where everything is. Okay, cool. Just because the... Oh, wait. There we go. That might make it easier. I was going to say the background under the paper is a little bit difficult to see, but I had the light box on, so it was making it harder. This is so cool. All right. This is awesome, Marty. I feel this is like a real step up as well in terms of your animation.
Her note is, it was so long ago, I don't remember. I think I had fun.
What even was time? Okay, let's have a look.
Oh, it's from Drunken Master 2. Hence why he's dodging the way he is. That's really cool.
Okay, so on movements like this, this is a very small note, but I guess it bears saying just in case anyone out there is also like experiencing this or wants to know about this. So this movement here, I think it's small enough that you don't need a smear on this hand. I think I tend to reserve smears for either when things are moving really fast or when the spacing is such that I'm covering too large a gap for it to really make sense unless I kind of depict the path in a way. And that's when I'll use a smear to help me out.
Yeah.
So because the spacing here is pretty constant and the movement isn't super fast, I don't think you really need a smear there. But I'd probably just keep it the way it is. Keep it the way it is without a smear is what I mean. I wouldn't draw the arm with a smear there. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think one of the things you want to be really conscious of is the weight of the characters and making sure that their feet feel grounded.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be like a huge thing.
I noticed that was noted in the observation, like the analysis. It's like when and where the feet were stuck.
Yeah.
So how would you advise like really making it feel like it's planted on a ground plane?
Just study. And when something's not moving, I tend to like straight trace it or not redraw it. Not redrawing it is something you can do if you're in digital software. If you're on paper like this, I'd just like probably not draw the foot in until I'd done the rest of the movement and then I'd go back and just trace it for the couple of frames where it's meant to be still to make sure I really like keep it in the same place. So here you can see on this character, boop, both the feet are moving at the same time, which is really hard to do. So I just want to check the reference and see if both his feet are moving at the same time. Yeah, you see here in the reference, he has his left foot or screen left foot planted on the ground. You see how everything is like, his weight is there and that's how he's able to move his other foot. So his weight is planted on screen left foot and his screen right foot comes down and plants. And as that comes down, he pushes off, lands on that foot, and then the other foot's moving, and that foot's planted.
So there is a brief overlap where the two are moving at the same time, but it's when the one that he's moved is when it's coming down. Him.
It's like a little hop, almost. But that screen left foot is planted until that moves. So just when you're doing really body mechanics heavy stuff like this, take care to make sure you know where the weight is moving from. So you can keep whatever the linchpin of the weight is completely grounded. So let's just do it with this dude. So we'll just take the first frame and we'll try and like keep his foot there and see what happens. I'm just going to outline what you've got here. Again.
What you doing?
I hope you're all going to go and see the Rise movie when it's out at Netflix.
When it's out at Netflix.
You better all be going to see the Rise movie when it's out on Netflix. I'm just saying.
You best all go to Netflix.
Best all go to Netflix. Put on your best hat, your best shoes, put on your best shirts and your ties. Grab your dames by the arm and go out to Netflix. Oh. Sorry, I've got a cat climbing on me. And poor Kuma almost fell off. Hey, Kuma. Hey, little boy.
That's cute as fuck.
The gap for you right here if you want. You don't have to sit on me super weird with, like, your back legs relaxed and in loaf position and your front legs just standing up. Aww. They've started making biscuits and that's something that they haven't done up until now. It's like something that they're learning as they get older, and it's so cute. They first made biscuits 3 days ago, and now they're starting to do it when they sit on us. And it's just the cutest fucking thing in the world. Hold on, I'm just gonna pick up. Yeah, that's right. Come on, little boy. Yeah.
He 100% came over to you to get.
Hey there, little boy. Oh my gosh, guys. Having a kitten's the absolute best. He's so cute. That's it. You just relax there, little bud. I love you, little man. Sorry, I'd give you more pets, but I'm right in the middle.
If you came and sat on me, I'd give you everything.
It's true, Mike's free.
He walked right by me.
He looked right through me, and who could blame him?
I need to wear a house coat. I need to wear a house coat. I need to teach him I'm good and cuddly and warm.
Yeah, maybe it's time for you to invest in a house coat.
Oh.
Oh, it's alright, Doig. They have sat on you plenty of times, and they will sit on you more. Okay, there we go. We're just going to keep that. And that foot kind of lifts up.
I'm getting jelly.
Don't be jelly.
I can't help it. He came right over and like just stepped on you. No prompting, nothing. You knew what he wanted.
Add new sketch? That's what I wanted. Okay. Oh no, this isn't what I wanted. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I thought this would help me, but it's actually not helped me too much. Using this hold thing instead. So I'm just trying to figure out where the little hop is. There, okay, so let's... If this is where he's going to plant his foot. Here. His right foot, scream right. Then the frame before, let's just have his foot be slightly above that position. To really telegraph it's about to come down. I might even be tempted to add a sneaky shadow. Just to telegraph it. And this is the frame then where that foot's gonna move a little bit. So I'm gonna pull this frame back here. And yeah, we'll keep your foot movement there. Where he starts to twist it around.
Pikachu, it's when they need a surface with their claws and they're like pressing it out and stuff.
When they scrunch your little fingies up and down. Why is it not holding there? This should be held. So weird. Okay, there we go. Now it's held. Awesome. So yeah, then this foot comes down and plants. Whoop. That's its new position. And we're going to make sure it stays there. Little boy. Boy.
I'll drink juice.
And this leg is like coming up at that point.
Oh, I like it.
You don't like it?
Oh.
Nice, it's apple and raspberry. Sorry, Doig. I'm just trying to figure out where this leg would look good. Alright. Just bring it up like this.
Sorry.
So helpful having you on these. You always like really help me.
Listen. I'm here to keep everyone calm.
Okay. I'm just gonna put a little note here. Screen. Right.
Be calm, everyone.
Foot planted. Save me from myself.
Me.
And then this is screen left foot planted. Don't belong together, so far. There we go. So yeah, keep that there, and then on the hop, we move it and bring it up. And then that foot has to stay through this movement. Is it in the screen right foot? Should stay in the same place through this movement. If again we check the reference. Oh no, he does do a little hop. Look. His little hop forward as he goes.
Yeah, he does a hop for the next kick.
Cool.
But it's a hop.
Yeah.
It's not a
so
slide.
It would stay the same in the same place here. Because as you can see, he's anticipating down here, getting ready to do the kick. And when he kicks out, that's when he hops. So if you look at this reference here, so it's in the same place and then kick and hop. And then plant again and kick and hop.
So the first one isn't a hop. I think he's rotating on the ball of his foot. So he's using like the momentum of the kick, and like his heel is coming around and he's rotating on the ball of his foot there.
Yep. So we'll keep it here until the kick.
And then you can see that
and
he
then
like
we're going to start rotating.
He bends his leg in preparation for the jump as well. There's like a
Yep, and this is where his leg will move over. It's the anticipation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here his leg's going to be real bent because he's anticipating that hop he's about to do.
There's the bend.
Yeah. I'd probably make it a bit more extreme.
Yeah.
So when he does this, you're going to straighten it. It's a thing. You're going to straighten it out a bit. So again, if we look at the reference, so see how his leg goes from bent to straight.
Yeah.
When he kicks. So I'd exaggerate that. So keep it bent and then straight here.
And get him butt up.
Get him butt up.
Get him butt up.
Is his butt up in the reference? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
How up?
It swing up.
Let me see.
Watch him butt. Low. Up.
So I think Martina has that though.
Yeah,
right?
it does. I'm just analyzing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, actually, I'm gonna move this forward on this frame rather than just rotate it. Just because the distance we move then means that Martina won't have to reposition him in the rest of the scene. So rotate and straighten. And then, yeah, he's moving across here. And then on the second kick, where it comes down here, again, you're going to want to keep the foot in the same place here. So I'm just going to outline where you have it. Keep that in the same place until then. You know, just bend it. So it's in the same place. It's probably bending at this point. And then you're straightening it and hopping forward here. So for the bend, I guess I would do it to the side so it's clearer what the shape is. So keep the foot in the same place and just bend the leg.
If you're interested in studying some animated fight scenes, I would recommend looking at Rocket Boy Art on Instagram or Malcolm Lopes. He's got some really cool fight stuff.
Phew. Oh, I'm sorry. Phew. No. Just calming Kuma down again. And then straight in here. So we can't do this for the entire thing, just it's quite a long sequence, but I think the foot placement is definitely something that you're going to want to go through and just look out for. Because nailing that is going to give you like a lot of the solidity for this fight scene to make it really feel like the characters are in the environment and they're pushing forward using their muscles and their weight feels real. Just nailing those foot placements in.
Yeah.
So let's see what else we got. What else we got? Yeah, so Jackie definitely has his feet together here. One thing just to be aware of is make sure that you're using the perspective. Even if he's standing with his feet together, there will be like a slight offset here. In his feet, they wouldn't be like flat on a line. Because as you can see, we're looking down on the floor plane because we can see it. We can see the top of it, so we have to be looking down on it. Right? Mm-hmm. So you probably want something just a little bit more like this, just to like show that we are looking down on that floor plane. Like one of his legs is going to be offset to give the other room. Because what you're really looking at is like a shoe that's at that kind of perspective, right? So it needs the depth to be able to go backwards in space. So even if the feet are straight together, they're probably still going to be more like this. So just set one back a little bit. To make it feel a bit more solid. Put feet perspective. Feet plus perspective.
Hey Raiders, thank you.
Oh hey Raiders.
Sword, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
We're doing some animation feedback and reviews.
Doing the Animorning challenge. Oh my gosh, Kitten's so cute. Yeah. I love this. So let's see. So he's going from the he's got to be going from the pelvis here, right? As he falls backwards onto the wall and then pushes himself up. I feel that push up is working really well. I love the way that you're moving the pelvis there first and the most. Like everything feels like it's moving from the pelvis. And you grounded the feet and stuff really well. Yeah. I feel like the fall down, this shape for a body feels a little bit complex for me. So I'm just going to check it. Because, you know, bodies do weird things. This might be right. Okay. So when he kicks, he shoves his butt backwards to avoid it. And then his pelvis swings forward as he throws his shoulders backwards but keeps his leg up. And then his body doesn't really change until he makes contact with that back wall. And then it kind of folds down underneath him and he kind of straightens his leg out. Okay. Yeah, so I think that shape you have is a little bit complex for it. So yeah. Woof, there goes his butt backwards.
Take care, Martina. Thank you for submitting.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't get to everything before you were heading off. But I hope that you can grab the rest of the feedback when you get back. I'd probably keep this moving backwards a little bit more. Poof. Choo. I'm going to draw his box butt. Like this. Yeah. Keep that moving just a little bit backwards. And then he pushes that forward. And starts moving from the shoulders back. So here, you want like
a C curve.
And just a nice curve. Like this kind of dealio. So check it. Whoop.
Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
Oh, I can't draw in it.
You don't have permission.
I don't have permission.
No.
Okay, so I'll just use my mouse. Look, see, nice C curve there. Going one way. And then C curve here going the other way. So that's one thing with animation is where possible, simplify. Because simplifying actually just is you boiling down the most important elements. So in a lot of examples, simplifying is actually the same thing as clarifying. So boiling it down to the essentials means you actually end up with clearer poses and a clearer read. So his body is going and his legs are a part of the motion and his head's like staying up.
This is what you're describing, the line of action here.
Yeah, I am. The good observation, Mike. So yeah, this is line of action. And I'm just gonna keep that going right up until he hits the wall.
I think the arms are really important.
And then he'll fold. I think the arms are important in this movement.
Yeah, for like him being able to get back out of that position.
And then we can have him slide down.
Like, I think as he's going backwards, he has his arms back. And then as he lands, he like brings them forward. So he has enough like thing to like push himself off again.
He's using his
He's using his core.
He's using his arms as like counterweights, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've done it perfectly. And I think I've lost some of your timing here. But the posing is the main thing that I think you need to take away from this. So you can make it work for you. But in general, I think just simplifying the posing is the note here on this little bit. Needs to go down more here. So I'm just going to leave your drawing the way it is there. Yeah. And then you don't need this drawing here because you're already doing this. Awesome. Let me just check out these arms you were talking about then. So yeah, arms forward. And then we do a little circle. And he uses that over arm to do a hop backwards. You can just see him hop with his feet there. So arms go over. We get anticipation just here as the arms go over, and then he's jumping backwards. And then the arms swing forward as he falls back. And then push backward as he pushes forward. And then we get another circle. I love the circles that Jackie Chan does with his arms. His whole body is so expressive in these moments.
So know how we posted about the kittens yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
There is a couple, I think they stream on Twitch, who are like well, this is an amazing coincidence, and this is the multiverse here. They're called Kuma and Sparrow,
No.
I'm not kidding. They're called like their group name is Cosmo 7. Just a princess and a bear, and it's Princess Sparrow and Kuma Oni Oni.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Holy
They
shit.
are named after the streamers, just not us.
I didn't realize.
That's amazing.
It's another bird and bear streaming duo.
Yeah, it is. I'd also love to hear how you found working with cubes, Martina. Did we read out Martina's statement before this?
Yeah, she said it was such a long time ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think those are my main notes. I think that will help you really bring it up. Is check that foot placement. Yeah, check the foot placement and look for clarity in your posing. So stuff like this is really difficult to do. So like where here you keep the pelvis still after it pushes up, and then the stomach is kind of going backwards, but the upper torso with the shoulders coming forward. That's really hard to do. That's probably going to be more like this kind of thing. Thinking of like a worm. You know, or the whip motion. Anyone who's come to these morning streams before has probably heard me talk about the whip motion before. Richard Williams said that the whip motion was actually the only thing you ever needed to learn in animation, and that everything was the whip motion, which I think is a little bit far, but it is a very useful thing to know, and you can apply it in a lot of cases to things. And this back moving is one of them. So when people do the worm in dance battles, the whip motion is what they're actually doing. And when we bring the back from a forward-facing C to a backwards-facing C, or vice versa, that's what we call a spine reversal. So I think this is going to feel more natural for you. So just look to simplify, I think. Look to simplify. Back positions. And look to follow the line of action. Through the whole body. Because that's huge, especially with Jackie Chan. Or any real action movies. If you look at martial artists, they are like a masterclass in the line of action.
For sure.
Like, look at this line of action. I can't draw it, but straight through the leg and down. So the line of action is like a summation of the pose. So here we have like a general S, but with his knees being bent and his head being up.
Look how he's using the arm as a counterweight for the leg going out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, leg go out, arm go back. Starfish. So look at Jackie's line of action here. Straight as a plank.
And he's also throwing that right arm back when he brings the kick around.
Yep, and there's a C. And now spine reversal into a backward C. And then straight back up. And he's almost pushing backwards into a C again a little bit. Just here. Before he straightens up. And then into a C. And then back into an S. It's great. So yeah, Amazing job, Martina. And I love the ambition of going for like such a complex fight scene as well. It's rad. And I feel like your skills have really stepped up here. Just look out for simplifying the poses and making them as expressive as possible. And look for where you're anchoring your weight. That's super important with really body mechanics heavy scenes like this. Oh, what a fabulous pose. Love that.
Okay, who are we moving on to next?
Who are we? Do you want me to step back to Kurzak or do you want me to keep going?
Yes, let's go to Kurzak.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I recognize this character, Kurzak. This is one of your original characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them in Animaling Challenges before. Exciting. Do you want to read out what Kurzak said?
Nope.
I'll have some tea. You do that.
This animation originally came to be as a 1 hour challenge animation. The first iteration had some really poor weight going on, but I felt like if that was something I could fix, then maybe I have somewhat decent shot that could go, maybe even go in a showreel, weight and body mechanics and all that. So my main ask is please take a look, see at the weight of this very scribbly animation.
Okay. Sorry, I was drinking tea. Okay, I'll try. I'll do my best. As always, I can't guarantee my feedback will be helpful, but I'll try my best to make it so.
I'm a guess that they're going to catch someone.
They're going to catch?
They're going to catch someone. That's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
That's what the first frame's telling me.
That's true. Great read. Let's do it. There we go. Awesome. I do think the weight feels a little bit off. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure on the acting. Because they look like they're looking at this person falling, but they don't seem to be making an effort to like adjust where they're going to catch them. And then there's like a last minute panic when they come to the left of them. So I'm like not sure if they're watching them fall and are just expecting them to fall directly into their arms, and then at the last second they're like, oh no, they're not going to do that, and rush forward. Mm-hmm. Or if they're actually here, they're meant to be kind of trying to adjust. And if they are trying to adjust here, I think it's not necessarily reading as an adjust.
Yeah, it's more like an anticipation to...
It's more like they're like, I don't know. There's like, I don't feel like the acting is completely connecting to the situation. I think if they were adjusting, I'd expect their arms to be leading the action. So I'd expect them to like move the arms, you know, maybe screen right, and then the body would follow. And then they'd move around screen left, and maybe the body would follow. In fact, maybe they'd do left first. So they'd move the arms left, the body would follow. Then right as they second guess themselves, and the body would follow. Then last minute panic is it's actually left, and they kind of dive forward for it. Right now, it looks like they're kind of watching them fall, but then just, oh, but they're actually over there. But let me have a look at the weight, which is the main thing that you're wanting to look at. Love these characters. So yeah, I think the main thing I'm seeing which feels off about the weight is here. It feels right that they are pulled down by it, but it doesn't feel like they should be able to just stand up from this position relatively easily. Either they're incredibly strong with incredibly strong calves, in which case it doesn't feel like they would be pulled down as much, or we need some kind of counterweight here. Like, I think you need to almost have a little stumble or something. So we're not in this hugely overbalanced pose where there's a character and the other character's entire torso to screen left with just one leg holding them up, and then he can just stand up like it's nothing. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, like what if if that leg that's sort of like counterbalancing is forced to like come forward and catch the pulley,
Mhm.
and then they use that planted leg to pull the weight back up.
Yeah. I mean, this is stupid, but what if it's something like, flailing the leg upwards? It's like, oh, that leg comes up. And then it's like trying to use that leg as like a lever almost to lever the weight back down.
Could work.
It could work. But like you need to have a bit of flailing with the leg though. Wonder if we could do like a bit more of a spine reversal here too. So, like we saw with Jackie, we're doing a C. And then reversing that into this reverse C here. Like Lupin is a great thing to look at for this kind of flailing with the leg that I'm trying to do.
Yeah, because he's got those really, really long limbs.
They use Lupin's legs like this all the time. Like Lupin uses his legs to counterbalance everything because 99% of the time he has his hands in his pockets. So they're all he can use. So I'm not super practiced at it, but like check out some Lupin stuff. A little bit tricky to draw over this as well, just because of the camera move, but we'll do our best. Okay. So, everything okay?
Yeah, she's just looking obnoxious.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Mike's gone and got some kitchen roll and is sitting next to Sparrow, and I'm like, did she pee somewhere? But apparently she's just looking a little bit nauseous. That's right, give us some pets. She's stretching out on top of the kitchen roll like it's a bed. So let's see what we... Yeah, so I think the spine reversal maybe happens a little bit late here as he comes up as well. Like he's going to want to reverse that spine in anticipation for bringing her up. Like he's going to want to start doing it here, I feel. And then you really want to like drag it up. You know, have his torso, his shoulders be the last thing to move. To really feel that weight. Like we see everything else drag up first. His butt and everything. It's his leg straightens. But those shoulders are the last thing that's coming. Reversals are so powerful. They almost want anticipation frame here where he like goes even a little bit lower in order to start pulling up here. Sorry for the messy sketches. Just trying stuff out.
Yeah, she was doing a sort of like, and then licking her lips, which I know is early warning signs. So I'm grabbing some some kitchen roll.
Code.
Yeah.
So yeah, leg go out. Leg flail. Here, I think you want to center the weight a little bit more on this foot.
Kurzik says, I'm taking a peek. Fuck my data. Okay, bye.
Oh no! Bye, Kurzik! And then Liggy start pushing. You okay, Mike?
Yeah, she in the hammock now.
As we kind of winch over with that leg. Whoops. Can I undo that? So this is very rough, Mike. What do you think to something like this? So we get a reversal here as he's pulled down, and the leg comes up to counterbalance.
Yeah.
We get some leg flailings as he's continued to be pulled down.
Okay.
And then when we get here, we start to reverse the spine again.
Yeah.
As he starts to pull up and lever that weight down with his leg.
Yep.
And then as his back arches back up, his arms and head are the last thing to be dragged behind the rest of the motion.
Yeah, that feels good.
I feel like you could make that work. In general, what it is, I think, is just making a bigger deal of him getting the weight back up.
Yeah.
I think that's really the crux of it. And whether you want to do it with like a looping leg flail, or whether you want to do something else like maybe a stumble, where he has to reposition his legs. I know you're trying to get a very clear read on the silhouette here by keeping them to the side and his legs on the other side. But I think it's just the ease at which it feels like he brings her back up after she's like been so heavy to pull him down. Feels like it needs something there to make it a bigger deal. But yeah, that's it. Apart from the like little acting thing I said at the beginning, those are the only critique bits I have. These characters are so cute. Help. I hope you make them into a comic or something someday. Would love that. Yeah, I'm going to move on to the next one, Doig. Are you okay to read out the notes? Okay. I could be here in a sec. I'll just hang. So the next one's going to be Prathik. Yeah. Oh, I guess these are the character model sheets. Awesome. These are rad. They're so cute. Are they axolotls?
Prathik said, found an old 11-second club audio to animate my OCs to and messed around with a lot of embarrassing reference footage.
Amazing. We love embarrassing reference footage here. Doig is determined to get a cat in his lap.
Yeah.
He's making a nest for Sparrow. Sparrow's backing away like she's scared of the nest. Okay, let's see. I'm going to give it a play.
Documenting my failures.
It's cute. Don't worry, we'll get them on your lap. Don't worry. Here we go. Wait, this probably has audio. I should I should check out what the audio is. Oh no, I might need my other hand for that. Are you able to play this, Doig, from your end?
If we sync up.
Yeah. Let me start sync. Do we even need to start sync since you are the account as well?
I don't know, actually.
Let me leave sync and we'll try it.
That's the wrong one.
I can't get to my headphones right now. I am too covered in cat.
Okay, I'm synced up with you, so like if you hit play, it should play for me as well.
Okay. Here we go.
It didn't play.
So maybe you just play it on your end.
Okay. How about we both hit play at the same time? So
Can you just take the screen for a sec? I just show this one.
yeah, okay.
Thanks.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Really, in the
Just
grand
'cause
scheme of things.
I don't want to give notes on the lip sync being off if it's just because we're a millisecond off.
Yeah.
Is this for real? Is this really happening?
I got this. I think what we need to consider here is what came first.
Is this for real? Is this really happening?
I got this. I think what we need to consider here is what came first.
This is great.
Is this really happening?
I love it.
I got this. I think what we need to consider here is what came first.
Is this for real? Is this really happening?
Oh, it's lovely.
I think
It's
what
lovely.
we
I
need
love
to
the little
consider is what came first.
subtle motion that you have on her earrings. Is this for real? Is this really happening? It's great. I love it. And I love these characters. I think I'd love to see these characters in something. Okay, let me see if I can rotate around. Ooh. I do get the leg crampies though when Dakuma be doing his thing. Okay. Am I back on sharing?
Hang on, they said the audio was really quiet, so let me just...
Oh, okay, yeah. Go for it. I'll just play with
Is
Kuma
this
a
for
little
real?
bit.
Is this really happening?
I got this. I think what we need to consider here is what came first.
There we go.
Awesome. Did you guys catch that? Alex says not to interrupt the Animal Challenge, but I have a clip to share. What is the clip? Do you want it while you have the screen, Doig? Do you want to?
Here's a 5-second Doig Swift clip. Doig Swift, why I enjoy the video
There's
game
different-
or not the artistic streams of Doig and Swift. What
Aw.
happened over here? Nah.
Aw.
There's a difference. There's a difference. I'm not horny. There's a difference.
Yes.
This is so many levels.
Yeah. Doig Swift are great.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe you guys showed it to Barry. Yeah, Doig was not talking about anything but his
The more
antlers.
you know. Here's a
Oh my
5-second
gosh,
Doig
I
Swift
love it.
clip. Doig Swift, why I enjoy the video
There's
game.
different-
I love it
not
so
the
much.
artistic streams.
Doig was just
of
talking
Doig
about
and
his
Swift.
antlers, but it's like we
What
need to
happened
clip
over
that.
here? Nah.
There's a difference. There's a difference. I'm not horny. There's a difference.
I'm not horny.
Well, okay then. Tattletales, whatever. I'm out of here.
Come back, Doig. No, we need you. Oh, no, come back.
Who tattled a Barry on me?
Cats are just precious.
Oh, there we are.
Anyway, sorry. And this is going to be what all the streams are like for now. I'm just going to be constantly distracted by the fact that cats are cute.
India might have said clip that, but she wasn't like clip that, show Barry. Like get Barry to watch that on his stream. Barry reacts. Barry reacts to. Okay, so for context, everyone, because this is important. India called my antlers horns, and I said I wasn't horny. I'm antlery. Okay, that's it. That's it. No funny story.
The funny story in itself.
You make
Lovely acting. I don't have too many notes in this one. It feels super solid. Probably. I love this motion. I'd probably have more movement here on this frame, where you keep it mostly the same. I really want his head to just loll back. Like, I want him to get shook. You know?
Get shook.
I want them to be like, oh, well. I want the shaking to happen. Put the mouth in a very wrong place. Look at the carriage sheep. Yeah. This is what I want. I want the head to loll back here. And then I want it to roll back even more before it comes back to settle and look at her. I'm just going to use them though, because I don't know the genders of the characters, so I'm not going to assume.
Doig issues a press release.
Huh?
Alex first now clipped me. Doig has issued a press release. Oh my god.
What? Press release?
Yeah. As in, I was clarifying what that was about. I'm assuming.
What? Oh, I see. Doig issues a press release is a clip someone just put in the chat.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just like, I'm only looking at the screen as I'm drawing, so I'm just hearing you go, Doig issues a press release! Doig issues a press release! I'm like, what? What's going on? No.
Barry is such a wholesome soul.
He is. He is. I love Barry. He's so funny. And I love having wholesome streamers, like, that I can watch. Just makes me feel okay about the world sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So you could make this frame a little bit more subtle. I probably made the spacing a bit too large here. Sorry, that's just a side effect of me not really being able to see the previous frame very well.
I don't like my head clipping through my scarf.
But yeah, and then having a little bit of a lol. By which I don't mean LOL, I mean LOLL, lol. Here. Would be real nice. So his head kind of settles in last. Just give it some real subtle.
Give it some real subtle move. You like it real subtle.
What?
Like a soft kiss from an angel.
There we go. You could even keep the settle going into her speech a little bit. I think that might be really funny if his head's just coming to. Sorry, their head is just coming to as the other one is just yelling at them. So yeah, I'd add a bit more lol onto that head. I like seeing characters interact physically like this. This is really cool.
That's what the challenge was about.
It is.
Challenge.
If you want the character to feel a little bit more noodly, then you could have them not as attached to the shirt. So you can have the shirt get pulled, but the body really like get left behind. You know? So that they're not like pulling the body and the shirt at the same time. Like they're pulling the shirt and then the body's getting dragged behind it. So
Get it swift. Get it swift.
Swift, yay.
Get it
Swift, yay.
Go Doig, go Doig. Get it Swift, yeah. Get it Swift, yeah. Get it Swift. Get it Swift. That track was brought to you by Paper Box House.
Yeah.
Dan said, good morning, welcome, thank you for joining us. Do you like
Yeah.
animation?
There's a little thing here with the settle on the shirt that I'm not sure about. Just the way you have the little flappies. This is really small, but it kept catching my eye. Little flappies here on the shirt. Makes you want a more interesting shirt settle. So I'd be tempted to actually bring her hands up more here.
Do you think if this character were pulling on that material, then the bottoms of the shirt would probably lift up higher than where they start? Because she's pulling it.
Yes. Yes. I would hope so.
Yeah.
So yeah, so maybe it would be more like this.
Dog fucking eagle eye over
Doig
here.
and Eli.
Yeah.
Shirt. Pulled up.
Pull up that shirt if in doubt.
When grabbed. Absolutely. And then here, I would bring these hands up higher here instead of bring them down, because everything on this character is moving down right now, right? They're letting the other character go. So if they're letting them go, I'd like to add a little bit of contrast to it by having one movement overlap or move counter to the rest of the body. So I'd have the hands move up here instead of down, as they are letting everything else fall down. And then there's more contrast here, and you can also splay the fingers out a little bit more as they kind of let go. And maybe even get a better silhouette with the hand. Look at my amazing hand drawings, everybody. Aren't they incredible? Right, let me put... This will help. You can see a little bit better. Yeah, in fact, what if we move this hand towards camera a little bit more?
What if God was a bus?
Is this lovely?
What if God was on a bus?
Watching 24 Omnibus.
What if God would make a fuss?
What if he was a platypus?
It'd explain their evolution. It would explain why they are. They are weird little creatures. What even are they are?
So let's see.
Platypus.
I've basically tried to add a little bit of overlap on the arm in terms of the drawing itself. So it looks like it's coming toward the screen a little bit, so that we get the impression that they are splaying their arms outwards. You know, one towards screen, one away from screen. To add like a little bit of depth into the scene. Does that make sense? You see? It gives you a few more interesting pose opportunities as we sell into like the whatever pose they're going to go into next. You know, you can sweep this by the camera a little bit more. etc., etc.
Gotta look at the next one now.
What? No, I'm not done. I was talking about this shirt settle. So the shirt is grasped in the hands, and then the hands let go. And rather than the shirt at the minute, it's feeling like it's kind of molded to the body. Like it's almost got the imprint of where it was grabbed here, and it's just staying like almost like it's Play-Doh. So I would love to see like if this character's just let the shirt go, let's give the shirt like a little bit of a flutter, give it a little bit of life. So it takes a second to settle back into place. Thanks, Doig. That's really helpful. Not like I'm trying to concentrate or anything.
I'm sorry.
Definitely helpful.
It's Saturday.
I know, but we chose this. We chose Saturday because you said you couldn't do any weekday anymore. Doig. I'll throw this cat at you.
Oh yeah, please. I like popping.
You like pop and locking. There we go. So I feel like this. Doig, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
I'll stop.
Never know how. There we go. Sometimes it just doesn't maintain the drawing on screen, even though it's meant to. I'm never quite sure how to fix it. There we go. So we can have the shirt swing down like this. Benji gets serious. Time. Smacks Doig down a canyon. Doig bounces to death.
bounces to death. So could you imagine a cop show? Could you imagine a cop show?
Bounce to death, Sarge.
CSI cause of death. Bouncing.
He bounced to death. We couldn't. There's nothing anyone could do.
Oh gosh.
Throw you down a mine shaft. Okay.
I'm sorry, had a bad case of bones to death.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Yeah, so basically just a little bit more of a... Oh, this cell's rubbish now. Oops. I don't actually like the cell I've done. I think it takes too long. For context on why I don't like it. Feels too even as well. Let me just see if I just bring it right back here to basically where you had it. And we just... So the spacing is a little bit weirder, right? And less even. That might save us. You know, when things don't work, fuck it up. Deliberately though. Make it get weird. Yeah, that's way better. So yeah, just look to do something a little bit more with the shirt cell, I think would be nice. The acting's real good though. I think you could do a bit more with the easing at the end of things. Like from this to this. You could get some real subtle frames in there. I mean, I'm a fiend for that though. Like, I am a sucker for getting real subtle ease frames into stuff to the point where I'm moving things 1 pixel. And I'm like, yeah, that's good. So you don't have to do that. That might be a stylistic thing.
Do you get like a little dopamine hit when you move a thing in pixel?
I actually do.
Like,
I get a dopamine hit when I see good animation. I'm like, actually like, oh fucking yeah, that's the stuff.
Eating, never mind. Breathing, I can take or leave it. Animation though.
Yeah, animation though. That meme of the dude with like his hand up looking all satisfied. Whereas like he puts his hand up and and like does a stop sign to everything else, and then someone says animation, and he puts his finger up and he's like, ah, yeah,
Who is that guy?
that's it. Don't know. I'd probably look to not twin these hands quite as much too by moving this one down a little bit with this movement. Just like give it a little something, you know.
It's
It will also make this silhouette a bit clearer.
It's another moment for one of those little infographic thing to fly in. It's like twinning.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say give it a little something.
No.
Like the vaguest piece of feedback I've ever given.
Give it a little something.
Give it a little something.
You know what we're
I mean.
talking about.
Oh, I see.
Give it a little something.
No, I see. It's because you want to bring them down here. Yeah. I get you. I should have looked ahead in the animation a bit. In that case, maybe bring it up a little bit more. Head. Go the other way with it. No, just give it a little something.
Okay, next one. Come on.
All right, Jesus.
Let's do it.
Jesus.
Got 3 more. Let's go.
Jesus.
If you do
A hot minute.
Does time expand or contract with temperature? Is a hot minute faster? I'll give you a hot minute. Hot minute's faster.
Yeah, hot minute is faster.
All right. Well,
So yeah, I'd love for the arm to have a little bit of a gesture with this hand.
that makes no
When the
sense.
hand moves, so the hand doesn't just move by itself. I think you'll find that the forearm would move with a gesture like that, so just make it feel a little bit more naturalistic.
Things
Put that in.
expand with heat, and therefore a hot minute should take longer.
No.
Yeah.
They also speed up with heat though.
Oh, yeah, I guess the molecules bounce around.
They do, they go faster.
But
So hold on please. 1 sec. Shit. This program can be a little bit fiddly sometimes. I've just put a note here. I couldn't draw it very well, sorry, because I was being brushed by someone. But hopefully you know what I mean. Have arm. Follow dress. There we go. I knew you were going to coach us and look grumpy. I just knew it. I felt it in my heart.
I know it didn't do anything that you were describing
I know.
there.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that you're always looking out for me in the stream.
Hey, India.
This is great, though.
India.
Great work.
India.
What?
Don't throw the juice at me.
Maybe I run. Okay. Good to move on to the next one. Which is the protagonist. Or on Twitch, our brave hero.
Oh, I like that you drew the little symbols in. Clever.
Can you read what they said?
Can I read?
What they said.
Can I? You're asking if I can read?
I'm asking if you could please read out what they said.
I can certainly.
I can't believe you rush me and then you waste so much time.
They said,
Aw.
I enjoy figuring out how the impact should. Enjoyed figuring out how the impact should work. I would definitely like to practice impact animations more since the timing of the hit can easily feel too sudden or too slow. I might need more oomph, but I'm pretty happy with how it came out overall, given I had to rush this one more than usual. Gotta love that power outage at the exact time you had set aside to work on this, and then trying to cram it into your schedule. Haha. Oh, sorry, dude.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's stressful. I mean, I'm sure it'll still be awesome, though.
Pop.
Let's have a look.
Well, I'm watching.
Have a watch it.
Oh, cute. Yes,
Nice.
cute.
That's
Like
nice
it.
cushioning.
Yeah, it is. I could see some places that you could like push this up a little bit. I am 2-arm Swifty again. No longer having to do everything with one hand. So I think I have like one main note and it's like really small. You could probably do it. I don't know what you've worked on this in, but you could probably do this note with just a peg and Toon Boom. But essentially it's just the settle. I would have, so this is great. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then I'd have them bounce up and then settle down. Rather than just have down and then slowly raising up. Because what's happening is this jack-o'-lantern porcelain here, they're surprised by this this fiend coming in from above and getting them. So their natural reaction is going to be to try and push their body back up. And then they'll realize it's okay and it can settle back down again. But there's going to be a certain amount of them pushing back up. And there will almost definitely be a little bit of an overshoot on that. Just the way that mechanics work. Is like the more force applied to something, the longer it will take to stop. So the more force has to be applied in the opposite direction to get it to stop. And when humans apply force to anything, we always have a little bit of overshoot because we're not machines.
Yeah.
So yeah, bam. And then here is where I would add the overshoot. So let me see. And then I'd literally just move everything up a little bit. Get that hat overlap. Tilting down to say pull upwards. Get some face rotation in there.
Did you stream animating this, the protagonist?
See what the lantern's doing. Let's give that lantern a bit of let's offset it from the main motion a little bit too. Let's have it continue to go down here. I'm gonna draw this one in so I know what I'm drawing from. Because yeah, I've made this like way too. So this is going to keep going down as they pull up, and it's going to create a really nice offset between these two motions and make everything feel a bit more textured and organic. And then you can start having them pull that lantern up here, swinging the other way. A little bit. I could probably do to kick out a little bit more than it is doing. I never draw anything right the first time. It's always like me just putting down lines to see how they look and being like, oh, nope. Yep, so I like where you've got this hat. And then you want to move up a little bit.
Yeah, physics is a great subject to the study. Pilkey's saying, and this is why all animators should study physics in school. Definitely, at least in terms of like, you know, dynamics and movement and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta feel it in your body, you know. But yeah, learning about physics is great. Like, the thing is, animation is really the kind of medium where there is nothing that you can learn that won't apply in some way.
Yeah.
To your work. There really isn't. Like, I can't think of a single subject that it wouldn't help me to know in my animation.
I'm trying to think of one now.
That's coming up. There it is, found the line.
When I was in high school, I wanted to try and figure out how to measure the speed of a punch. Now, this is a really dumb experiment because it involved trying to punch between two groups of sensors. Okay? And
Okay.
that meant you had to have a really accurate punch. But it's really difficult to accurately punch while you're trying not to punch two expensive sensors. So I sort of it was a bad experiment. It's a bad experiment.
I like where your head's at though.
Yeah, so I had two sensors. They were like light sensors, okay? And there was one here, and there was one here. And what I'd set it up to do is, as soon as the connection was broken here, it would give me a signal, and then when the connection here was broken, it would give me a signal, and I could calculate how much time between these two signals, and I measured the distance to be like 5 or 10 centimeters or something, and I could work out when my fist was passing through this one and passing through this one, and work out the speed between the two. Huh? But
Cool.
it meant I just had to keep throwing a punch through these two sensors, and I would hesitate, and I would be like, I don't want to punch, not the air. So I got really wildly inconsistent values because sometimes I pulled my punches.
Interesting though.
Yeah. That was high school me.
Then I'd make this one very close because we're about to start going back down. So, like a bouncing ball, we're reaching the apex of the arc.
Why didn't I just film it? Or whatever.
How would you have measured the speed?
Yeah.
That would have taken some mathematic calculations to figure out like how far the distance was that you traveled
Mm.
and the time, and then figure the speed out from that. It makes me wonder like how fast trained boxers can punch. Like if you were to find like the fastest boxer, like the fastest puncher in boxing,
Yeah.
like how fast would their punches be compared to like a high school student's punches? Is speed of punch a thing that they measure in boxing? Is like punch velocity a thing?
Fastest punchers of all time.
Is that like how fast they can punch sequentially though, or is that like this punch was traveling at this many miles an hour? Because I'm not looking punches per second, I'm looking how fast the fist was flying through the air. Just trying to find the line again.
Yeah, I think this is a number of punches in
Second. Yeah. Like how many sequential punches can you throw? And then we'll start settling back down. I think you could get more of a circular settle on this too, which I haven't got. I wish that I had the option to select things in this program and move them, because I would move this character to the screen right a little bit so that the settle feels like it's got a kind of circular motion like that. Like I haven't managed to do it just straight off the bat, doing it straight ahead, unfortunately.
According to
And then I'd bring them back down.
Wikipedia, Keith Little is a mathematician and author. He holds the record for the fastest punch in the Guinness World Records. The punch was registered at 45 miles per hour.
Oh, that's pretty intense.
It's pretty fast.
Do, 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 do. I'm getting lazy with the in between now. I mean, hopefully you still know what I mean. So let me just space these out right. So down. And then I think we could do to bring this down just a bit earlier. Is that Sparrow?
Yeah, maybe.
Make that a 2. 2, please. Oh. Is she okay? You wanna go give her some pets? I'd probably do something like that. It's a little less dull than I was hoping it would be. But I think it does feel a little bit more natural, like especially how far up I bring them here. I think that this key here, you would probably actually want to bring them up in the frame less than this. Because it feels a little bit overblown for a settle. So subtlify these notes and I think it'll feel nice. So I'll put plus upwards settle. Oh, that makes any sense. That's a lot of words, isn't it? And what I mean by that is, as well as going down and then settling back up, on the upward settle, have them overshoot and then come back down again. And have the little blue character react to that as well. And I think that'll feel real nice. Yeah. And look, I think the other thing you could do to maybe push your animation a little bit is look for texture in the timing. So maybe you want to either ease that arm in a little bit more or overshoot it. Like you could put a nice overshoot in just here. Just for one frame. And add like a little bit of oomph. That gesture. And put it on 2. Okay. Lovely though. Lovely stuff. I feel like you could maybe do a little bit more with the flame as well, you know? Like, since the flame is getting pushed around and taken out of place, might be a nice opportunity. Huh? Sorry, mate? She's drooling a little. Oh no. Why is she feeling? Is that why she's meowing? Do you think she's feeling a little bit ill? Yeah. Poor little bean. Nice though. I know it makes no sense for it to be coming out of the lantern, but it would be cool, wouldn't it? We just see that frame so we can have the flame make more sense. So keep that lantern moving. Roll high. It reacts to movement. Give it a little something something, you know? Yeah. There's also the feeling that... Yeah, there's definitely... I feel like I want it to be a circular settle, so maybe look into getting that. At the minute, it feels like the character comes in from this direction, and then the settle goes like this. I kind of feel like I want it to come in from this direction, hit, and then our settle kind of take us like back up almost, like around and up, rather than having it go down in this direction and then back up in this direction. Have it instead go down in that direction and then come back up like this. Circular settles are super powerful. If you want to see a good example of circular settles, check out Spencer Wan. He uses circular settles for everything, and they're beautiful. I'll just add that to the first frame. Look to have a circular settle. It's interesting that a lot of the notes today have ended up coming down to weight.
Do you want to see what I wrote? Do you want to see what I wrote in the thought form for this challenge?
Yeah, sure.
I said. Oh, weird.
Doc Shackle says my girl Proxy drools sometimes when she's needing the blanket she likes. Aww.
This is a great way to study forces and weight, believably of forms acting upon one another.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
job. Doc Shackle says, is she purring / overstimulated? How do you know if a cat's overstimulated? Because she might have been yesterday. Oh, this is a Glim and a girl! We're on to Snow Twigs, by the way.
Okay, Snow Twigs.
I'm going to give Doig a sec because she has come to him and he is setting her up a little bed on his lap. Try just lifting her on and then letting her settle how she wants. Oh, she's settling down.
Yeah. I think she's looking for him.
Where's she? She's just here. She's looking for her brother. What about if I pop Kuma over with you? Kuma? Ah, he's here. Oh, that's so cute. She came over looking for him, and he's like gone over to her, and now they're staying together.
Kitties.
Please, both of you.
You heard the little kitty meow. Yeah. Okay. So you're saying Snow Twig. I spent more time than I should have on this, but I had a lot of fun doing it and got carried away. I enjoyed drawing Midge and the Glim and forgot it was an animation challenge for a little bit. They're fun characters to draw and animate. I think I then focused too much on the balancing instead of the actual character interaction part of the animation. I found trying to balance or interact the Glim on Midge's hand was quite hard. They have 4 legs and I have no idea how they would work. Wasn't much ref close to it either, so most of it was guessing work. Not completely happy with it. The Glim looks kind of funky with its limbs jumping a lot between keyframes, but I think Midge's balancing turned out semi-decent, even though this wasn't the challenge. This was a fun challenge. Kinda think I should have gone with a different idea as this ended up being too long and could have had half of it cut out. Oh well. Shrug!
As long as you learned something and had fun, that's like the most important thing. Also, word about the Glim's legs, I also have no clue how they work. I make it up. I should probably look at some reference, but I do just end up making it up. Okay, let's have a look. So honoured that you chose Midge and the Glim. Oh yeah, there's some nice posing. That's really fun. That posing's super fun. Nice. Oh, lovely stuff. Line of action is also something I feel like could really help out you. Yeah, I think this is looking awesome. The main note I have is just at the very end where she finally overbalances. So this is looking great. The glim reaching is reading. This is a really nice pose.
Yeah.
I also think this pose is really fun. I feel like the proportions have changed between here and here.
Yeah, I think it's the foreshortening on that leg. Maybe just give it like a little bit of a bend into the knee, or just lengthen out that
really show that it's foreshortened, maybe.
Yeah.
By like showing the bottom of the boot, so you can tell. Feel like the body would end more like here based on the previous pose, I think, and I feel like the arm would be longer, more like this. Although that does ruin the pose a little bit.
So maybe have it go back in space, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So look for those signifiers you can use to show that something's gone back in space. So, you know, bottoms of shoes are great for this. Or like, if you have a shoulder, overlapping the shoulder over the upper arm, which is overlapping over the lower arm, and then having the sleeve overlap the hand is a really great way to show foreshortening. Like, look for ways to have those overlaps happen to strengthen the poses. Cute. The reaching is real nice. So this is the main bit I think I had the note on, and I've got to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what my note is yet. I just know that it felt a bit off, the way that she slipped. Yeah, okay. It's because all her weight is moving forwards, right? Gravity is trying to pull her down this way. Like forward and down. Because she's got the weight of her head, she's got the weight of her body, she's got the weight of the glim, her arm, everything is all on this side. And the only point of contact she has is here. And this is the only counterweight she has. So she's overbalanced because all of the weight is on the screen right side. So she's going to overbalance in this direction. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it feels a little weird when the books got up under her, and she kind of, the mass of her body and the center of her weight moves backwards.
Oh, she should
like
stumble forward.
Yeah, the weight of her body is here, and it's here, and gravity is trying to do this. I'm just going to delete this because this works for both. And we start to see that happen when the book slips. Like, she starts this trajectory of going in this direction. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You can see it start to happen. But then the center of weight shifts backwards. And it shifts backwards again. Here, I'm using the pelvis as the center of weight, by the way.
They made a note saying lower arc. Maybe this is what they were referring to.
And then it's about here. If I do one for the upper body too, to make it completely fair. I should have done that on the same frame. That would have been a good idea. There we go. Whoop. And then we're shifting backwards. Shifting backwards and up. And we're going straight down here. Then that's what's feeling off to me. So I think if you're setting up that she's going to overbalance this way, and she starts to do so, then what you need to do is you need to just move these over. And you could even just grab the drawings of her and shift them. So what I would have instead, just erase these. Is you want might have made it head too far forward there. Doing someone slipping and overbalancing is really hard.
Yeah, you had that animation you had of Sylvia tripping,
Mm-hmm.
and you ended up animating it once, being dissatisfied with it, and reanimating it again.
I think I animated it 3 times.
3. Wow.
And I wasn't happy with any of them. It's really hard. Let me just move this frame to the right place. I drew it in the wrong place. So I think you want something more. What are you eating, Kuma?
That's Sparrow.
Sorry, Sparrow. I'm just glancing over and seeing a cat eating something, and I'm like, that's gotta be Kuma, the food fiend. Get the head to the right scale. Drew it way too big.
Oh, your toe being split apart. Man, I'm glad Sparrow hasn't thrown up.
Me too. She's been good. She's thrown up once since we got her. I think because we overfed her by accident one time. Or she just really didn't like the tuna that we gave her.
Yeah, I think it does say that if you like give them something they're not used to suddenly, then they're like, "What?"
Their body's like, what is this?
She didn't eat that much of it though,
No, she barely ate any of it.
so I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Was it in date?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah.
We bought it like just before we got them.
Yeah.
It
Weird.
should be. So yeah, something more like this, I think is what you want. So, boop, 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 boop. This needs to be even further forward, actually. It do. Just looking at the arc we've set up with it so far.
Thank you for the follow.
This is why arcs are important. Again, it's like you can choose a part of the body that is leading the motion and make sure that the arc on it is tracking. So I'm going to shift ahead along a bit to account for that change. It's going to be more like here. Yeah. And then I'm going to continue that body motion. So it starts to kind of pull her upper torso backwards. So I'm actually going to do that here. And again, reposition the head. This is what I mean about I never get anything right the first time. It's so much me like finding the lines and experimenting.
It's cool to see your process though.
Yeah, just trying to figure it out, you know? Sometimes animation is like a puzzle. And you're just trying to get the right pieces and figure out where to put them. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. think that is feeling a bit better. And I might feel short on that leg a little bit. Make you feel like it's going backwards. Again, the boots are great for that because you can show the other side of them, you know? With door legs coming out. So yeah, I think this feels like a more natural pose for it. And then rather than have them go up, you would maybe give them a bit of hang time, but you wouldn't have them reverse. You could, if you were taking it super cartoony. I think if you were taking it super cartoony though, you would need cartoonier timing and spacing for it to like really sell that. You know, it's suddenly slipped out from beneath her and her arms are pedaling and she's rising up in the air and then she's crashing down.
Yeah. But it would probably still be like an arc where she goes forward rather than backwards.
Yeah. It would be like, you would almost want this to be like way further along spacing wise. So it's suddenly like, oh geez. And then the legs are like pedaling and the arms are pedaling. And we go straight into the air in like 1 or 2 frames. We're like up there. And you would want to start it from here. Should I redo with that in mind, or should I keep it like this?
I don't think you have time to redo.
Oh.
You cannot redo.
Okay, you know what I'll do instead? Don't know if I can undo in this program. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. You're like, this is kind of what you would want. Body goes up. Arms are pedaling. Whoops. Mom's spaghettiling. You might even want them to go completely over the ass over tea kettle. And then it would be like straight down. Like you would start easing it at the end of the motion. So you would have it like, give it some hang time in the air. And then the last drawings would be like straight down spacing wise. So here she's hanging in the air. Next frame, she's crashed to the floor. No in-betweens needed, just the path of motion in terms of speed lines or dust or anything else you want. So you want that really, if you want to do like the slip on something and then kind of fly up into the air and have the legs and arms going, you want kind of Looney Tunes-ish timing, which means really strong posing, really check your arcs and keep that spacing tight in the anticipation as they are like rising slowly up into the air and then poof, straight down, super fast, super wide spacing. The contrast between the spacing is amazing in Warner Brothers stuff.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Pilky says the book slips out and they hang in the air, look down, look at each other, then scream and fall. Leave their eyeballs in the air. Yeah, you could totally do anything like that. Otherwise, if you want a more conventional fall, whoa! Oh, if you want a more conventional fall, then just keep this arc going like this.
Did she fall while she was awake, or did she fall asleep and fall?
She was awake. Sorry, a cat tried to jump on me and fell. So I just picked her up off the floor and put her on my lap again. There you go, sweetheart. Doig is looking all jealous at me. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Yeah, otherwise keep this path of movement going. And that would be like increasingly wide spacing down to the floor, essentially. So it would be this. I hate it's done the thing again where it doesn't show me the drawing all the way along. It's so weird. Is it working now? No, still no. Got no clue why it sometimes doesn't. There we go. This. And something like this. I'm gonna have to do this one very fast because I can feel Doig. Like, I can feel his ire as he's like, Swifty, you're taking too long.
I'm just gonna go paint something, I think.
No, I'm almost done, I swear.
That's fine.
And then, yeah, the hair. Trailing upwards. The hand trailing upwards. Amazing drawings from me. And then the dust explosion. And probably just want to make sure that those books are a little bit bigger too, so that they kind of match the scale of the books that you've shown so far. And last point is just if you're going to do a scene like this where we're kind of looking down at them, it would really help you out if you had a perspective grid, because it'll make it much easier to figure out how big things should be from the camera. When? Like, it'd help you out with those books and stuff, because you would know, like, if they're being knocked into the air as high as the books are here, then you would probably want them to be a similar size. So right now they look like they're very in the background to the point where they wouldn't really be affected by the explosion, or we'd at least have some like foreground books as well to add some depth.
Yeah.
You know?
Scale's a really, really big thing to account for when you're trying to show that things are acting in a force in kind of a radial way. So things aren't just like moving left and right from a point of source, they're moving away from and towards us. And also repetition of items. So if you have one distinct, like as in this putting like one book, then you can use that book as a guidance for the other ones. And even in a composition where you have like multiple books, you can crop books. If you have like one example of it, like someone can just like, oh, that's a corner of a book. Whereas if you just had the corner of the book, you'd be like, I'm not sure what that triangle diamond shaped thing is necessarily. But yeah, it's all cool physics stuff.
All right. And yeah, do you want to move on to the last one? I'm just going to catch up on chat because I did ask a question about overstimulating cats.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't look like I've got an answer. I'll look that up. Great job, everyone, so far.
I think my mum's cat used to do it where if you stroked her at a certain point on her back, she would lick herself, and I think that's because you caused her to drool. And she was like, lick, 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 lick.
Oh, Astrofield says they'd be interested in shirts or plushies. That's great to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're definitely interested in doing those ourselves. We're just at the minute trying to find a good print-on-demand service that does really good quality stuff. If anyone in chat happens to know a print-on-demand service that does good quality stuff, let us know. by print on demand, I mean that they fulfill the printing and the shipping themselves on their end, rather than us ordering 500 shirts to our apartment, then needing to package them up ourselves and send them out.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is Frenchy Animini's. So this is my first animating challenge. It was my first time animating with a time limit, so I believe I struggled with rushing with my drawings. I chose my most simple character designs from a comic I made in high school. Any critique and advice is appreciated. I'm currently studying animation and love the extra practice.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you very much for submitting. We'll have a look. Also, Silent Assassin says Redbubble. Is Redbubble known for quality? Don't know if they are, but maybe I am thinking of like the times I've heard of it, which were like 10 years ago or something.
Hey, thank you for submitting to the challenge. Welcome.
Hey, Frenchy Animini, hello! Welcome, thank you very much for submitting, yeah. Let's have a look. This is cute. I like it. Let's see. I need to actually check what's happening. It's a little bit fast. So, they've got some marbles. And they're kind of shocked and drop their marbles because this character sweeps in with a potion. It kind of thrusts it into their hands. Cute. Cute. Reminds me of something you'd see from like an animated D&D campaign or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. Okay, there is something I think I can give you some feedback on. Let's see, what is this? It's on 24 frames a second. And it's 20 frames. Let me see how, like, what exposures you have going on here. So there's a 2, a 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. A hold at the end. Okay, so you're working on 2s. Gotcha, gotcha. I think the thing that I'm seeing... I feel like we need to take a little bit more time with stuff playing out. The movement at the minute, everything feels very even. You've got some really nice posing going on. You've got some really nice acting going on. But I think you need to give it a little bit more time to read. You need to choose when to add extra frames in and when not to give it a bit of texture and bite and to make it a bit easier to clock what you need to clock to understand what's happening. And just to make it feel good. Because you've already got like some really nice stuff in here. So like having the really subtle eye move is really nice, but the eyes, everything after that happens so quickly. So we have looking up towards the person coming in, then shocked, but we're only shocked for like a very short amount of time and we're immediately down into the next thing, which is them looking down. Let's see, do we have a blink in there too? Yeah, never underestimate the power of blinks to have your character's thought process change. So I'd probably have them start to look over before the character's even coming in. Then blink and look up before the character's even coming in. And then as they go up into their shocked expression, have the character coming in here like you have. So omit them from the earlier bit and have them start to come in here. So in terms of audience, we have an order of things that we're looking at rather than trying to take in the entire frame at once. So first off, we're like, oh, something shocked them. And then the thing comes in from the character comes in from the right hand side of the screen. So we just get that split second of, oh, there's something has shocked this character. What? Oh, there it is. So start to look over. Blink as thought process changes to what the fuck?
What India just described there as well is part of anticipation. So you use one character's reaction to anticipate the actions of another character.
Mm-hmm. Have a slight settle down here and use that time when the settle is happening on this character on the left to have the character come in on the right. And then you can go straight into the shove here. And maybe overshoot the shove a little bit to really sell the force. I love this. This is beautiful. This change of shape here. From the scrunched up arm to the straight. That's gorgeous. Really push that straight to make it into an overshoot. You know, and you could push it into the other character's chest if you want. It could push that character back just a little bit with the force of this thing being pushed into their chest. Sorry for this very hastily drawn overshoot. But overshoot and then back. This. And then you can have the other character react to that by being pushed back by this. And then coming back forward. Yeah. So we feel like they're reacting to the force of the other character. Whoops. Keep forgetting I need to be on the right frame to be able to draw stuff. There we go. And then you can go into this nice cell that you have going on. And for the cell, you've got one frame that you're using to sell right now. Give it 3 or 4 frames. You know, with increasingly tight spacing to like really sell that. So I think you've got beautiful poses, beautiful character acting here going on. You've got some really good stuff happening already. I think you just need to give more time and space the characters out so you know what the audience are looking at and what the audience are thinking. Like, you want your audience to be with the character in their reactions so that their thought processes are going along the same lines as the characters. The way to do that is to give the audience time to register the characters' thoughts and feelings and empathize with them. So really giving the audience like 5 frames or something, or 6 frames just to register this character is shocked, where you do some cells or you go up into that motion, is going to really help them to be like, okay, I get, like, I'm in this character's shoes right now. Something's coming. So yeah, this is great work though. I love it. Super appealing drawings. Really nice stuff. Try just separating the 2 characters out a little bit and giving this a little bit more time to breathe. And I think you'll be great. You'll be golden. Thanks everyone so much for submitting to the Anna Morning Challenge.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Thank
Doig
you so
regains
much.
consciousness in the background.
No, I've been here the whole time. I've been here the whole time. I'm real jelly of you getting both cats coming over and want to be on your lap.
I'm sorry. I mean, if you want to be less jelly, then I can't control my bird anymore because one arm is trapped underneath the cat right now.
I would take that in a heartbeat, dude. How do you think his eyes looking?
Difficult to tell because it's closed.
Did we give him a drop this morning? Okay, good. Good little guy.
We could be weird old Kuma. Okay, am I bothering you by stroking you? I'm just gonna leave him be. Sometimes they look like they're really enjoying pets, and then they'll suddenly like jerk up, like I've disturbed them.
Yeah.
So I never know if I'm like doing it too much or right amount.
I'm not sure.
Doing great, bud. Alright, so I guess I better give you guys the next Anna Morning Challenge. You're ready for this?
Wait. Do. Okay, now we're good.
It's the Anna Morning Challenge. What is it this time? This Anna Morning Challenge, which will be due in 2 weeks' time, so 2 weeks on Saturday, we will review these, is Animorphs. It's time for Is that how the theme song went? Animorphs.
Animorphs.
Mighty morphin human animals.
Turning into monstrosities.
Did I really just sing the Power Rangers song to the TMNT theme? Their cats have left me. They have abandoned me. But now I can control myself again.
Teenage Mutants are
free. So yeah, we want you to animate essentially your own cover of an Animorphs book. You can do it from any angle, any perspective you want. We just want to see someone turn into an animal. Morph someone into an animal, please. You can make it as beautiful or as horrifying as you want.
But
have fun with it.
Would you make a stipulation that they can't hide things with effects?
Yes. The thing I don't want to see in this morphing challenge is I don't want to see a human stood there and then a puff of smoke and then the reveal is that they're something else. The whole point is that you're going to morph them from human into animal.
Did we do this before?
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why the Animorph books are great inspiration, because they show you every horrific stage of the morph happening.
We want every horrific stage.
We want every horrific stage.
I'm going to check.
Okay.
The whole puff of smoke thing just made me deja vu real hard.
Well, have fun with it. And as always, this Anna Morning Challenge has a stipulation that we encourage you to spend no more than 3 hours on it. Can you turn your alarm off, please? Thank you. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Mike's computer was doing an alarm over the top. I was like, please, sir. He was just sat there staring at it.
I did it for the bit. I thought, because you were like looking at me. I was like,
look, how do you feel about this bit? How do you feel about that bit? Oh, it's coming. Oh, it's coming. Oh, no, shit. Oh, shit. But yeah, we encourage people to spend no more than 3 hours on it. Because we know that you guys have important stuff going on and lives. And that also you probably, even if you're learning animation and trying to get better, you're probably doing that via your own personal project. So we don't want to take too much time out of people's days. So rough is fine. It doesn't need to be clean. Doesn't need to be coloured. I encourage everybody to use a grid in their backgrounds so that you actually have to think about perspective and you can't get away with just not thinking about perspective.
More animators need to put layouts for their environments in their animation scenes.
Yeah, and that's it.
Download one if you need to.
Yeah.
Just use it.
Yeah, feel free to just go online and Google like field and then just animate over it. I used to do that all the time. Back when I had time to do like daily animations or I was practicing animation every day, I would just go onto Google and I just either grab backgrounds from movies I loved, animated movies, or I just grab real-ass backgrounds and animate over them because it forced me to put my characters into a place and to try and figure out how to ground them in that place and make them look like they belonged there and figure out the size of them and how they would move in that perspective. So you don't even have to put the work in, just go and grab either a grid or grab... Don't trust him. He's inching towards me, I see you. And yeah, just grab something from online and stick it in instead. I don't trust like that. I was right. Avenge me!
Where have you gone? Where'd you go?
I saw the light. It was beautiful. It was big and it was beautiful.
Big old light.
Yeah, that's it. So Doig, what are we doing now?
What do you want to do? What do you want to do now?
Are we gonna stream some Girl in the Glim today? Or are we gonna be like, we're done streaming now, we're gonna do that either tomorrow or we're not gonna do it today. Going, leaving.
Well, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And that makes me hungry. So I'm good to continue streaming whenever. What do we have any appointments today? When do we
have a meeting at 6 o'clock.
Okay, well there's time until then. But we have to do something about food. Do we have food?
I have food.
Shit, I don't have food.
Do you not have any food?
I don't think so.
The market's on today. We could pop into the market.
We could maybe pause stream, go get food, come back.
Yeah. We could do that.
Or I stay here. I entertain the lovely people.
No.
And you get me food.
No. If I'm going to the market, you're coming with me. I'm going to spend some time with you. I owe you.
No, I was not going to say that.
Is that because you realised that you had no ground to stand on? You were actually in a sinkhole.
No, I went to get you coffees a lot. And I just wanted a little thing for myself. Yeah, I can come with you. I'm actually tearing up.
Are you? Why? You're not actually sad, are you?
No.
Why are you tearing up, Doig? What are you repressing?
Like doing that voice, like, I don't know, put pressure on my face.
So I guess we're gonna go into town and get some food. And then we'll probably be back in like an hour and a half or something, or 2 hours.
Yeah, it lets the Americans go to bed. Go to bed, Americans.
Go to bed, Americans.
Go to bed.
Go get some rest. What are you doing still here? Jeez.
Go to bed, Americans.
Alright, who are we gonna raid? Because Clyde is streaming right now. It's cool people streaming. Kuya JP's streaming. Pirate Software streaming. Bakuro Mio is streaming.
I don't know, we don't have Martina to decide for us.
Yeah. Well, who do you guys fancy?
Yeah, I'm Canadian, therefore safe. Nope, you're still in the North American continent, right? Right? That works, right?
Kato says it's like 4 a.m. here. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Alright, everybody. Who would you date?
Who would you date? Let's see. Streams following on Twitch. Shamor. Oh! Boom, 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 boom. Let's do a poll.
We haven't raided Clyde in a while. That's two for Clyde. So let's go Clyde. It's decided.
two people said a name and you're like, it's one. Okay. All right, set up the raid then, Swifty.
Okay, I will.
Are you a mod on our channel?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You did it.
I did it.
You did
Look
it.
Look how good that
was.
was.
Oh, wow.
We might be back, or we might not. Because I might use this opportunity to convince Mike to record some stuff for the tutorial.
Yeah,
so we might actually stream tomorrow instead.
Alright, okay.
And that gives us a bit more time before the meeting as well. Because if we come back and we start streaming at 2, you have like 4 hours.
Yeah.
So we need to go to the meeting.
Okay.
So we'll probably stream tomorrow instead.
Okay.
Everyone have a great time at Clyde's place. Say hello from us. And until next time.
May the rest
of your day
be filled
with
adventure. Silly Whoa! How did you? Mm, 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 mm.
Can't pick me up when I'm sat down. Hey, I'm faster when I'm sat on the floor. The rest of your day,
Refill.
refill with adventure.
Sure. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.